From San Antonio's own Ken's 5, this is the news at 5.
Breaking news now at 5. Multiple brush fires in South Bexar County and northern Atascosa County.
And tonight, families are being forced to leave their homes as those flames burn through neighborhoods. In fact, the Atascosa County Sheriff's Office says multiple agencies are now responding to house fires tonight that is taking place in the area of Old Pleasanton and Big Leaf Roads.
And in Bexar County, officials initially reported flames near I-37 and Southton Road around noon today. But after hours of fighting, it is contained. Wind gusts topping 40 miles per hour are playing a big factor in these fires. Right now, the evacuation order covers nearly a 2 square mile area.
Now take a look so you can see the radius of that area includes Southton Road, Dunnup Road, Strike Road, and Old Corpus Christi Road. As we said, the fire is contained. However, the evacuation order has not been rescinded yet. We have team coverage tonight. Bill Taylor and Roxy Van Rooten are in the studio now monitoring wind and traffic conditions as we speak.
Sue Kalberg is live in southeast Bexar County where firefighters are keeping that fire under control. And Zach Briggs is right on the border of Bexar and Atascosa County lines where several homes are burning. We begin with you, Zach. What are you seeing?
We're looking at scenes of absolute devastation. Let me get out of the way here. What once was a home is now a massive flaming pile of debris. And you can see right next door, a gentleman trying to hose off and make sure the fire doesn't hop over to the property. And it's all along Big Leaf Road. You have a mix of firefighters and homeowners just coming together to help battle the blaze. This mix of dry vegetation with the strong winds definitely make it more challenging to take out the flames. And now we've been out here for over 2 hours. Again, the location we're at is Big Leaf Road near Pleasanton Road. According to officials, at least 7 to 10 structures have been destroyed. Some of these being homes, others barn houses. Peaceful Lane, which is to our north, we understand is also where fire crews are battling fires. And we talked with some residents who said they were out shopping when they got word of their home on fire. They are uninsured, but just grateful to be alive. And then we spoke with one gentleman who left work and rushed straight home. His house not impacted, but across the street, several structures destroyed. Take a listen.
It means a lot. They asked to volunteer, and I never volunteered. I'm not going to lie to you guys, but I'm right here right now. And I got intel from people in the community, hey, there's a fire going on. And I'm like, I could hear from their voice, it's an emergency, so I just came.
And back out here live, you see crews bringing out the hoses to get a little bit closer to this blaze. Once again, this was once a home and it's now a complete loss. And many families I've talked to are just absolutely distraught. They're at a loss with words at this point. At this point, we do not know what caused the fire. I also do not know if any injuries have been reported. For now, we're live in Atascosa County. Zach Briggs, Ken's 5.
Thank you, Zach. And certainly our prayers are with those families. And we are continuing team coverage on the far south side of Bexar County. Let's send it over to Sue Kalberg.
Now, she's been there practically all afternoon near I-37 and Southton. Sue, what are you hearing right now and seeing?
The winds are buffeting us like crazy still. I mean, I know that they say they've got this fire contained and they've got it back down to hot spots, but the wind is just continues to be insane. Now, this fire is one of the first ones that popped off early this afternoon. It started during the noon hour and we're at 5 o'clock now. So that means that they've been battling these fires in this whole entire 1 to 2 square mile area for 5 hours, and they're not even done yet. Now, this area where we're standing right now is Dunnup and Old Corpus Christi, but it's also impacting Southton Road and that kind of thing. So, and there are other dangerous fires around the county. So now they say that it's down to hot spots, and we continue to see smoke on the horizon, but they say some of the smoke that we're seeing is actually from backfires that they started to get out ahead of the fire so that they could contain it. You know, when the fire is racing across the countryside, if they've already got a backfire and the vegetation is already burned off, then they stop the fire in its tracks. So that's really good. With regard to the tally here at this fire ground, they're saying 4 homes and a shed. There are obviously people here waiting to get back into the fire ground who don't even know if they still have fires to return to. Now, we talked to San Antonio Fire Chief Valerie Frausto just a little while ago, and we asked her what her biggest challenges were, and she said, in one word, it's wind.
Definitely the wind. It is extremely challenging, and right when we think we have it contained, you know, there's hot spots that units continuously try to extinguish, and it's just it's very difficult to contain a fire like this, especially with wind speeds. We have gusts up to 40 miles per hour, and they're expected to sustain that speed till probably this evening sometime. Yes.
Any idea how long?
Now, Chief Frausto says crews from all of these agencies, the city, the county, some state resources, will be here throughout the night to make sure that this fire stays contained and that it doesn't flare up again. The only final thing that I will say is that while these roads continue to be closed in the area, they're not letting people back in until they get it fully contained. And some of these closures are not on Google Maps, so people getting off work, if they haven't been paying attention, you may not be able to get back in. There is a shelter available, and it's just important, if you don't need to be here, to stay away from this area, because just moments ago we saw a tender come through here going out to get more water. So there are first responders on the road, and it's important to stay out of their way. Live in Southeast Bexar County, Sue Kalberg, KENS 5.
Sue, thank you. Well, a shelter has been set up tonight for those families who were forced to evacuate.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, that shelter, we've learned, is set up at Mission Espada Hall in the 1400 block of Espada Road. We talked to a woman who left her home during the fire.
It's just a home, but I mean, it's our home, you know, and we worked really hard for what we have, so it is what it is, you know.
And as you sit here, you know, with your parents, you know, obviously they have medical conditions. I see your doggies there too. I mean, what exactly are you feeling at this point?
That all my other pets are okay. I left my tortoise, I left my potbelly pig, my chickens. So that's my, you know, that's my get going. That's what keeps me going.
Well, right now, thousands of CPS Energy customers are working to get the lights back on.
Yes, the strong winds left up to 22,000 people in the dark today. Now, that number has gone down to about 10,000. And taking another live look outside, these are the plumes of smoke at I-37 and Southton Road. Again, the strong winds today helped that fire spread. You can see the wind blowing right now. See that white flag flapping?
Oh, yeah, some pretty strong winds out there. We want to check in with Weather Chief Bill Taylor on these wind gusts and red flag warning that is still in effect as we speak, Bill.
Yeah, until about 9 p.m. That's when I think these winds will start to die down. But in the meantime, we're still getting gusts between 30 and 40 miles per hour. So a weather impact alert in effect. And that's mainly because, of course, wind speeds and the dry air. Remember that we're in extreme drought right now. So I'll show you that the weather impact alert is going to be in effect through this evening, because you want to avoid burning at all costs. Red flag warning until 9 p.m. as well. Look at these wind speeds. They'll die down under 20 miles per hour on those gusts by 8:30 or 9 p.m., but pick back up tomorrow morning. Look at that, gusting over 20 miles per hour, even near 30 miles per hour as we get into mid-morning on Wednesday. You can see the flags right here at KENS 5. We're looking down the driveway. Wind speeds are sustained at 24 miles per hour out of the west-northwest. Dew point down into the upper 20s. But you can see that these wind gusts are still over 30 miles per hour in almost every location. Remember, 39 is a tropical storm. Let's check in with Roxy Van Rutens, who's got an eye on the Tuesday commute. Roxy?
That's right. Hey, Bill, we're seeing a lot of red on our map this afternoon. As you can see, red all around, disabled vehicles on the east side, on the west side, as well as some left lanes closed on the northeast side and some accidents on the northwest side. But focusing on that south side fire, there is still plenty of backup in this area, and also a disabled disabled vehicle or tractor trailer that's blocking off the right shoulder. So let's take a look at those TransGuide cameras. I-37 at Southtown Road. You can see still plenty of smoke out there and some significant backup, so avoid this area as much as possible. Deb?
And we have everything you need to know about today's brush fires online. Just go to KENS5.com and stick around for more updates now at 5. Developing now at 5, it is the deadliest human smuggling tragedy in U.S. history. And now 2 men are on trial for their alleged roles.
Yeah, earlier today, witnesses began taking the stand in the trial of Felipe Orduna Torres and Armando Gonzalez Ortega. They're accused of planning and executing a smuggling operation that killed 53 people who were trapped in a hot 18-wheeler on Quintana Road back in 2022.
KENS 5's Meredith Haas joins us live with the latest on today's proceedings. Meredith?
Well, today we were in that courtroom. We saw video footage that's never been seen before of those bodies being taken out of the tractor trailer. Photos of people who had scratched at the sides of that, inside of that tractor trailer trying to get out. On top of that, we saw footage of where that tractor trailer had gone in June of that, in 2022. Now, the defense is going after the validity of the investigations conducted that day on top of claims being made. Now, the opening statement, they're saying in their opening statement that there is a conspiracy theory at play, while the prosecution has brought multiple witnesses from SAPD that responded in 2022, along with 2 Homeland Security agents and 2 workers that had discovered the scene, and they were key witnesses from that day. Now, both defendants, Felipe Orduna Torres and Armando Gonzalez Ortega, are charged with planning and executing a smuggling operation. Prosecution claims Gonzalez Ortega to be the coordinator and Orduna Torres to be the organizer. They also claim the 2 had participated in 17 other trafficking cases before this. The prosecution had 3 SAPD officers go through what they witnessed that day, playing clips of body cam footage to go along with their testimony. They recalled what they saw, heard, and even smelled, and they noted a substance from those in the tractor that smelled like seasoning, which burnt and itched when it touched one of the officers. When cross-examined by the defense, the attorneys claimed the officers didn't take certain witnesses' statements, didn't check for fingerprints or DNA, and didn't consider certain witnesses could be suspects. 2 witnesses, both worked near where the trailer was found, also took the stand. One of them broke down on the stand as the initial 911 call was played. In that call, a woman who escaped the truck was heard screaming and crying. 2 HSI agents were called to the stand to also recount their findings and investigation. That's where we saw the tractor trailer, where it had traveled that day. Now, if convicted, these 2 defendants, they are facing life in prison. 4 other men involved have already pleaded guilty, and the trial is expected to last 4 weeks, with both sides arguing over the extent of the defendants' involvement. Live outside of the federal courthouse, Meredith Haas, KENS 5.
Meredith, thank you. And we will be back with more breaking news on the fast-spreading brush fires.
And welcome back this Tuesday night. We have more breaking news now out of the east side of yet another fire burning right now.
This is on Lamar Street near North Cherry. KENS 5 reporter Mike Jimenez just got to the scene. And Mike, what are you seeing there?
Well, Deb and Sarah, it's still a very active scene. Let me go ahead and step away from the camera just so you can take a look at what we are seeing right now. Now, there is a home when we got here just a few minutes ago that was fully engulfed here in the 300 block of Lamar Street, which is about less than a mile away from the Alamo Dome. We're located here off of North Cherry and Fawn Way, but firefighters are actively battling that fire. We did try to get a little bit of information from authorities, but they are obviously busy at the moment and were not able to give us any of that information. But just take a look at some of that flame video that we shot a little while ago. Like I said, when we got here, that home was fully engulfed. I was able to speak with a witness here just a short time ago who tells me that the fire has has spread to other homes, but that is unconfirmed information. But these winds are certainly playing a factor into the work that firefighters are having to do here to battle this blaze. Now, we did also hear some commands from firefighters talking about trying to spread water in other areas. So it looks like maybe they are trying to spread water in other areas so that fire doesn't continue to spread. But again, this is all unconfirmed information at this time. As you can see, firefighters are actively fighting that blaze here. And of course, be sure to stay tuned with us. We'll try to get some more information. Perhaps for our 6 o'clock newscast, we'll have the very latest updated information. From now, near the downtown area, Mike Jimenez, KINS 5.
And what a crazy day it's been for firefighters, too. Mike, thank you so much. Hey, when we come back from break, we're going to take you back live to Atascosa County, where firefighters also now struggling to get a raging grass fire under control that has already destroyed 7 structures. We continue to follow that breaking news out of Atascosa County tonight, where a brush fire right now is burning near a neighborhood in North Atascosa County.
Fire officials say 7 structures have burned tonight off Pleasanton Road. Our Zach Briggs is live tonight with very latest. Zach.
Well, so much destruction, so many memories destroyed in just a matter of hours here along Big Leaf Road in northern Atascosa County. I'll get out of the way here. This home is now just absolutely leveled. Embers still remain. You could see one family member doing what he can to rid of what's left of the flames. This home belonging to Jessica Guetta and her partner of over 20 years, Jerry Brown. And you could see them over here. Jessica's in the Charlie Brown shirt and Jerry in the black shirt. They're absolutely distraught. Jessica was not home at the time of when this fire broke out. Jerry was, along with this other gentleman that's hosing the flames. And while their memories are lost, sentimental items, toys for the kids are gone, they're just grateful to be alive. And again, 7 to 10 structures all along Big Leaf Road have been destroyed. This is just one of many examples. And again, so far, no cause of the fire has been determined. For now, we're live in Atascosa County. Zach Briggs, KINS 5.
All right, Zach, thank you.
Heartbreaking images right now, watching everything lost.
And now let's check in with our Sue Calvert.
Sue has been on the far south side all afternoon long. And Sue, what's the update?
The latest update I have for you is that, people who are just getting off work and haven't been paying attention to the news cycle today, they have no idea what's going on. And so there's a lot of traffic here with people being confused about the road blockages that still exist here. Now, they say that they have the fire contained, but obviously they don't want anybody in that zone while they continue to fight hotspots. I'm going to let you take a look at it. The other thing that I wanted to update you about is that they say that the total so far here is about 4 homes and a shed lost. That doesn't even begin to tell the story of the grief and the agitation and the worry that people have had. This parking lot where we're standing is a place where people have gathered throughout the afternoon. I've got a couple of addresses. People have been walking up to the first responders saying, is that my house that's gone? Now that they know that the houses are gone, people are just sitting here on pins and needles wondering if anything is left when they get back into the fire zone. Fire crews will be here all night. They are urging people to use caution, to stay away from the area if you can, and as always, use absolute caution if you have to be anywhere near this area. Live in Southeast Bexar County, Sue Calvert, KINS 5.
All right, Sue, thank you. And we want to check in now with Bill on these strong winds.
Yeah, these winds will stay in place until at least 8:30 or 9 p.m. Getting some phenomenal pictures in from all over the area. Let's get to the big board and stop down in Cotulla. This is from Hanak Osio Jr. You can barely even see. I mean, this is visibility down to about half a mile at best, maybe even quarter of a mile through the windshield driving there in LaSalle County. Look at this. This is Spring Branch, and you can see a little bit higher from Marla Morris. And again, just socked in. Visibility low in most spots. I checked the visibility, checked the air quality. Air quality is moderate and visibility not too bad at the airports. Red flag warning till about 9 p.m. That's because that's the hour we expect these winds to finally die down below 20 miles per hour on an occasional gust. That's still going to mean a good 10 to 15 mile per hour clip, enough to call it breezy. Then tomorrow morning, this is 6 a.m. and we've got a forecast wind speed 20 plus. It's going to be city and metro, and then it'll die down, but after probably the morning hours. It's not going to be until tomorrow afternoon that we really start seeing some single digits on these wind speeds. And then look at this. On Thursday afternoon, they're picking up again out of the south and southeast, near 30 mile per hour gusts expected. All right, so here on the hill, you can see the flag. Look at that. Look at the American flag just completely straight out in that west wind. We're going to lose her. There's a Texas state flag, too. Wow. All right, winds right now 24 miles per hour, dew point at 29. Remember, when we report that 24, that's sustained. When you counter in the gusts, that's about 32 right now, 36 New Braunfels. These numbers are actually down just a little bit now. That's good news, because these were all 39s to 40s down to the south. Everyone's below 40 right now. 36 Del Rio, 37 up at Fredericksburg. Everybody's at least 30. That's what's amazing about that. This is a live look over Calaveras Lake, southeast Bexar County. All right, 77s through about 6 p.m. hour. We hold in the 70s on a mild evening. Skies will be clear above all this blowing dust, but we might not see that. Cold front's way to the east now. In fact, moving through New Orleans on Fat Tuesday. And notice we've got mid-70s. I mean, statewide, we're not in bad shape at all. We even have some 80s down on the coast, and it is a warm forecast. Let's take a look. 14-day outlook gives you an idea. Over the next few days, we're staying in the 70s to then going 80s on Friday. In fact, that's going to mean several 90s down to the south and west. Lots of sunshine, no big chance of rain. One isolated chance Friday night with a front coming through. That's 20%. Notice that we'll have another mid-80 degree day. That's going to be Friday, March 14th. So a couple of days in the mid-80s. It's a couple of Fridays, as a matter of fact. All right, this upcoming weekend, we lose an hour. Try to go to bed a little early tonight and tomorrow night. Try to get ready for losing that hour of sleep on what looks to be a pretty nice weekend. Roxy's on the Tuesday commute. Hi,
That's
Roxy.
Right. Hey, Bill. Thank you. Well, we are looking plenty of red across the area, across the city. A lot of red spots. We're seeing accidents. We're seeing disabled vehicles. And there's also a left lane closed on the northeast side of town. But let's take a look at those TransGuide cameras once more to show you one more time. I-37 at Southton. So this area, there is a disabled tractor trailer as well. So you want to avoid it as much as possible. Stay with us. We'll be right back after this break.
Tuesdays with Taylor. You know, we start a Tuesday with a taco and the Bobcat Broadcast Studios. This is Meadow Village Elementary School. Love the students out there. Those Bobcats are always eager to learn, especially now that spring weather's here, not spring officially, but the outdoor garden is up and going. So they've got some great Texas native plants in there. They've got an herb garden. They're even growing some great vegetables. So a wonderful outside learning experience for the Bobcats of Meadow Village Elementary.
I had a green thumb early on.
I know, right? Yeah, start them now, because I try to get one, and it's still pretty brown. I don't get a green thumb.
Where's the taco?
Yeah. Where's the taco?
Yeah.
It's in my belly.
Yeah. Thanks, Bill.
Now, was it windy when you were there this morning?
Oh, yeah. It's
Yeah.
been windy, yeah, just about all day.
I mean, I got out at like 10. It was windy. I just didn't know.
Right?
It was, yeah.
Yeah, this is
Couldn't
incredible.
believe it.